Hello, beautiful people. Honest Am here, the creator of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemists of our lives. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and cousins in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlamagne and God, it will not stop me. All right, y'all, let's get to it. God, what messages do you have for us to become the alchemists of our lives, to help bring heaven on earth, or just to do magic in public? What messages do you deem worthy for us to hear at this time? Okay. So, and I seen contentment looking up at me too. So the two messages that came out, angel number 43, make sure you check out the description box below. There are always additional messages as well as information about me at honestlysis.com. So the two messages that came out was synthesis and kindness. And I feel like what God is saying, when I see this message of kindness, I feel like God is saying, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I also feel like God is saying, because I saw contentment kind of looking up at me, I feel like God is saying, know that you're doing the best that you can do. If you could be doing more, I'm sure you would be doing more. I feel like God is saying, this is just a moment in time. Like, we have to understand that everything happens in divine timing. And what God is saying, by you being angry or you feeling like, you constantly beating yourself up or you being hard on yourself, it's not helping you in that process. Like, it's not making the things that you want come to you any sooner, like any quicker. It's honestly pushing all those things away, because what you're telling the universe is that I'm not happy, I'm angry, the things that I want is not here. And so I feel like what God is saying is that there is just a need for you to just accept where you are right now, and to know that everything that you want is going to eventually come in. It's going to eventually come to you. What your job to do right now is to work on, doing the work to get the things that you want. So if you want to, say, for example, if you want to, have your own business, then you need to at least start the process of thinking about what that business would be, maybe putting some stuff out there on Instagram. Like, it's like you have to do the steps. Everything takes a process. Like, when you go to school, you didn't just graduate, like you didn't just start in the first grade and then they were like, all right, here go your diploma. No, you had to be in school for 1 to 5 years before you had another graduation. Before you were able to get your degree and graduate college, you had to be there for at least 1 to 4, a year to 4 years. And so I feel like what God is saying is that you need to know that it's going to take time to bring the things that you want about, and it would be best, your time would be best spent being happy, kind to yourself, and just taking it easy, like not worrying about when is it going to happen, how is it going to happen, because that's not your job. God, clarify this message of kindness and synthesis. What are you trying to get us to understand about being more kind to ourselves? Why do I keep going to this tarot? God, what is our energy towards kindness and synthesis? Like, what are you trying to get us to understand about things happening in divine timing, about knowing that we are exactly where we need to be, about being kind to ourselves and others, and about taking that time to really learn the things that we need to learn? What are you trying to get us to understand, God? Make it as plain as possible. Kindness and synthesis. What are you trying to get us to understand, God? Make it as kind as possible. Okay. So this came out reverse. The King of Swords reverse. The King of Swords upright, angel number 423. As we can see, the King of Swords upright is, when I see this, I don't know, I see Issa Rae. I feel like it's a self-made woman, somebody who is not afraid to speak her truth, someone who is not afraid to be both sexual and both masculine. Like, she's able to own both sides of herself. Angel number 440. She's not afraid of cutting people out that is threatening her empire. Like, she is able to rule with an iron fist. Like, she's very sharp. Like, intellectually, she is very sharp. And I feel like this came out reversed because for some reason, I feel like even though this is who you are, like you're very intellectual, you're doing the best that you can do, for some reason you don't feel that way. And I honestly feel like angel number 508, because you're just being so hard on yourself. Like, I don't know why you beating yourself up so much. Like, you really are smart. Like, you really overcome a lot. Like, and I feel like you've done a lot of work, and maybe because you have not seen like that big dream that you want come to life, or maybe you don't feel that way, but it's like it only just take a switch of your perspective. If only you could just look at things the other way and appreciate where you are right now. Like, fuck, the 10 years from now, the 5 years from now. Like, look at where you are now and look at where you've been, and think about like how your younger self will look at you right now. Like, they will probably look at you like, she's a bad bitch. Angel number 555. She's like, she got it. She's smart. She's driven. She's trying to, not only does she, she got herself together mentally, but she's also trying to bring her own empire. Like, she's trying to build a legacy. Like, you look at yourself as the shit. But for some reason, if you will look at yourself from anybody else's eyes, you will look at yourself like that, but you feel this way. And that's also the reason why you're not feeling, like you're winning. It's because you're so hard on yourself. It's time for you to change your perspective. The other thing that came out is the King of Cups. I feel like God is saying, it's so funny. We have two kings out here. God is saying it's time for you to transmute all that pain. It's time for you to go deep within your emotions. It's time for you to not be afraid to face those things, to look those demons in their eye. It's time for you to stop running from your past. And it's time. And I think if only you would, because I feel like what's happening is that you're the type of person who feels like, why did they do this to me? And I'm such a good person. And how could they? And it's like, take your power back. Take your power back and ask yourself, why did I allow this? Why didn't I speak up sooner? Why didn't I speak my truth sooner? Why did I would speak my truth to anyone else, but when it came to this person, or when it came to this situation, I allowed myself to get thrown off of my crown. I allowed this person to make me feel like I wasn't able to speak my truth. Think about that. Why does this person have such an effect on you like that? I feel like what God is saying, if only, the thing is, that's the other thing, you're trying to go through life and be like, you don't want any type of trial or tribulation, but you have to understand that's not going to happen. It's not, your blessing and the prayer that you should have should not be to never have any problems. Because remember in the Bible, when the guy had the thorn in his side and he asked God, hey God, can you please take this thorn out my fucking side because this shit hurt? God was like, no. Because he wants you to, the thing is, we have to, instead of being mad when things not go our way, we need to really be proud of ourselves and rise to the occasion to be able to withstand whatever comes our way. We don't want to pray for no problems to ever happen. We want to pray that we have the strength to face whatever happens head on. Angel number 830 and 840. God is saying, have the reason why he wants you to have a kindness, because if you just have a kindness to yourself and all that you've been through, have an appreciation for your journey. I feel like what God is saying is you're so hard on yourself that you're not seeing that all the things that you've been through has helped you become the King of Cups. You don't see how it helps you be compassionate. You don't see how it helps you to think the way that you think, to feel the way that you think, to create the things that you think you've been through. It's because you're just so mad at that you had to even go through it. And it's also because you're so hard on yourself. Angel number 923. It's like, I feel like you like, well, when I get this blessing, when this person come in, then I'll feel like I got it. But God is like, no, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. They're not even facing each other. You got to face your problems head on first. You got to cut out what you need to cut out first before you can become this King of Swords. You can't get it You can't get it trying the other way around. It's like you want the blessing without actually going through the work that you need to go through to get it. And it'll never work that way. All right, God. God, what's a tool that we can use to teach us how to have more kindness to ourselves, to teach us to, you know, when we are cutting people out of our lives, and when we are facing those tough situations head on, how can we do it with kindness, and how can we do it in a way that that makes us feel good and make us feel as though we are able to transmute it, that makes us feel more empowered versus giving our power away? Or God, what do you just want us to know about this message of kindness and synthesis? God, what do you want us to know about this King of Swords, Queen of Swords, King of Cups, and Nine of Cups? He's saying that the blessing is on your way. The blessing is on the way. Age number 11, you just got to change your attitude. My career is one of creating a joyful life experience. If your dominant intent is to feel joy while you're doing the work, your triad of intentions, freedom, growth, and joy, will come quickly and easily into alignment. I feel like what God is saying is the reason why you haven't been able to find the job that you want, or the reason why any of these career moves that you're trying to make isn't happening, is because there is no fucking definition for what you're about to do. You are the definition. Period. Like, you are the definition. You are the one who's going to create this industry. You're creating your own lane. Remember, I said I saw Issa Rae, remember? Engine number 1144. You're creating your own lane. So no, that's why all of these doors have been closed to you. That's why everything haven't been working out. It's not because you're not powerful. It's not because you don't have the tools. It's because God is trying to get you to the blessing and to the people who are truly meant for you. But what it's going to take is a change of your attitude. You are not a creator of things or a regenerator of what someone else has created or a gatherer of stuff. You are a creator. And the subject of your creation is a joyful life experience. That is your mission, that is your quest, and that is why you're here. What God is saying, in order to get the career that you want, in order to live the life that you need to live, all you need to do is just to harmonize with what feels good with you. We need to stop. We're so quick to, I had to like stop following one of my favorite influencers because it was just like, she made me feel like I'm not doing enough, and I know I'm doing enough. It's like, we have to understand this thing. Reality tells us what you can do. You have to ignore reality in order to do something new, different, and extreme. God is saying you're not going to find the job that I have for you on the internet because you are the fucking job. It ain't nobody done it before. Stop looking outside of yourself and just go inside of yourself. Stop looking for the quick escape. Stop looking for this manifestation, and just have a kindness and a peace within yourself, knowing that you're doing the best that you can do, knowing that as long as you continue to be kind to yourself, as you continue to pour into yourself, to face whatever challenges come your way, then all of the blessings will come to you. You can feel the blessing coming in. That's why you're so fucking anxious, because you're just like, it should be here right now. It should be here by now. Just focus on doing the work. Focus on cultivating the energy of the life that you want to live. Focus on harmonizing with your desires. Anytime you feel a negative emotion, stop and say, something is important here. Otherwise, I would not be feeling this emotion. What is it that I want? And simply turn your attention to what you do want. In that moment you turn your attention to what you do want, the negative attraction will stop. And the moment the negative attraction stops, the positive attraction will begin. And in that moment, you will feel a change from not feeling good to feeling good. And that is the pivoting experience. What God is saying, as I was telling you before, you can't ignore your feelings. You can't ignore your emotions. You can't skip around your demons and the things that keep you up at night. No, you have to face them head on. You have to be willing to say, this is for me and this is not for me. I can always tell a different story. God is saying that the choice is yours. The choice is yours. The blessings are on the table. He's giving you the signs and synchronicities. You feel it. You know it's coming. So are you gonna ease yourself into that knowing? Have a kindness for yourself in that knowing? Or are you gonna freak yourself out? Or are you gonna keep pushing that away and stop yourself from getting your blessing? It's going to come. All of it's going to come. You just got to calm the fuck down. All right, God. Last message. Clarify this message. Summarize it and put it in the most beautiful bow that you can find. This message of kindness, synchronicity, or synthesis. And knowing that if we just harmonize with our desires, that are the career that we want, the love that we want, the life that we want to lead, the friends that we want, will all come to us. If only we just begin to tell ourselves a different story and feel differently while we're doing it. One message, God. One message, please. Just angel number 1620. One message. Thank you. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? With the ever unfolding rose, crack opening, it's happening for you and not to you. I mean, how clear can that get? God is saying, stop tripping. All this stuff, stuff is falling apart. Stuff is getting a little scary. But guess what? It's because the blessing that you said you wanted. Your guidance is divine. Your guidance is divinely guided. You are being called to answer the call of your soul. It might be scary. It might not make sense. But if you trust your soul's yearning, you will live a life beyond what your mind could possibly imagine. Answering your soul's calling is not a one-time thing, rather a lifelong dance. Remember, God is saying, you need to get fucking used to it. Get used to having to constantly face these hard decisions. Get used to making these type of decisions. Deep down, you already know what you long for, what your soul longs for. Whatever you are called to do, that is your calling. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for permission. Just say yes. Most people are waiting for a step-by-step plan before they take the first step. But intuition doesn't work like that. Come on. Angel number 1747. I got to say that one more time because that's just too good. Whatever you are called to do, that is your calling. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for permission. Just say yes. Most people are waiting for a step-by-step plan before they take the first step. But intuition doesn't work like that. It takes faith and courage to answer the calls of your soul. And that's why most people don't do it. But you are not most people. You are in exactly the right place to answer your calling right now. You don't need to know the whole plan. You don't need to know where it is leading. You just need to take the next step. No one has ever had the complete perfect plan. There is no end destination. There is no right or wrong way to do it. And you do not need permission from anyone else. Sometimes the more resistance we have around answering a soul calling, the more important it is for our soul growth. What is your soul calling you to do? Angel number 1848, and I'm just feeling called. I'm just feeling called to go to the to this other one. This other card. Where is this one? This is the confirmation card. So somebody needs to hear this. The challenge of life is to keep your heart open when you most want to close it. That's why I get for being so silly. Angel number 1922. Okay, y'all, I'm done. The challenge of life is to keep your heart open when you most want to close it. To let life crack you open, to open through hurt and loss, to allow what is falling away to fall away. Being human is a courageous act. A life well lived is full of losses and tragedies. as much as triumphs and adventures. Whenever you find yourself at the moment, life is coding you to keep your heart open no matter how much it hurts, to continually unfold, to let life crack you open. Perhaps you are going through a difficult time right now. Instead of cursing the difficulty, see it as a blessing. To open yourself up to that truth that perhaps, as hard as it may be, life is happening for you and not to you. And one day in the not too distant future, you may just bless that thing that broke you down and cracked you open because the world needs you open. Now is the time to go gently, to treat yourself like a tender, sweet baby, to wrap yourself in a blanket and trust the mother has you cradled in her arms. The seas may not be smooth sailing, but you are safe and you are held. One day, not too far from today, you will look back at the transformation and be completely blown away by the poetry of life. Everything is going to be okay. Angel number 2050, and God saying, leap, you go first and the universe will catch you. Yes, yes, yes. No, do not wait. Don't postpone. I feel like what God is saying, I don't know. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in your life, and I know you feel like you have been on a long road and you have been fighting battles after battles, and maybe it's making you feel like everything that you're working so hard for is all for naught, but God is telling you this is happening for you. All these things that have been transpiring in your life is just for you to answer your soul calling. Often, they said the most resistance is because of your soul mission is so important. So know that the toughest battles are given to the strongest warriors. Angel number 2135. God is saying, go after it. Don't be afraid to be the ruler of your life. Don't be afraid to be the alchemist of your life. And don't keep running from challenges. You have that strength. You have the tools. You have the mental capacity. You have the resilience to overcome anything. So go on your path knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to do. And watch everything fall into perfectly placed and perfect harmony. All you got to do is harmonize with your desires and take the first leap and watch the universe catch you. All right, y'all. That's all the messages I have for you. If it was beneficial for you, please give me your key takeaways down below. If not, please at least give me a thumbs up. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Angel number 2240. Take care.